change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. Show me light, show me love. Make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my beautiful people. Here we are again after a 1 week break last week because of the New Year's, the Jewish New Year's holiday. Although today is a holiday as well, and I don't think anyone will be able to tune in from overseas because of the time difference. So I don't think I'll have you guys with me live. It's okay. I still chose to do this show today because my heart and soul was telling me I need to. So, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. It's been such an intense morning, an intense week. It's my birthday today. So, hey, it's my birthday, girl. It's my birthday. Turning 47 today, so happy birthday to me. It's also the Jewish holiday Yom Kippur, which is Day of Atonement, which I'm going to talk a little bit about, of course. And it's just been a roller coaster. I had 5 intense days of work with a very high profile client. So, kind of like no sleep. I don't know if you can see, there was no sleep. There was like crazy hours. And then I got a new cut too. So a few different things are going on. Today's show is focused on forgiveness and calling and understanding that forgiveness is an act of divine love. I love to see you in the live chat, of course, if you're here. Oh, my beautiful Halo is here. Hi, hello. Happy birthday. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you for being here. Um, like I said, it's been an emotional morning, so I want to start by dedicating this episode to someone who is very dear and near to my heart. My best friend's father just passed away today. And the amazing people that they are, my best friend Elon, he's texting me, I'm sorry to do that to you on your birthday. This is the, I'm like, dude, really, like, I'm broken in here for you and you're worried about me. So, in loving memory of beautiful Danny Amar, may his soul rest in peace. Such a beautiful soul and a beautiful man. I've known him since I was 14 years old. So, I just wanted to dedicate this episode to him because, I was in such an emotional turmoil this morning, and I was like, should I cancel the show? Should I keep it? And then I decided to keep it because I felt like forgiveness is such an important subject, and I figured I'll run with it. I don't know if I'll be here for a whole hour. I don't know how long it will be. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things, share a couple of things, and keep going on this day of mine that I'm going to continue getting ready and celebrating life. This is a reminder again and again to celebrate life as much as we can while we're still here. So this is our show. It's going to be an intense show. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Such a beautiful man, truly. So, of course, if you're here with me in the live chat, I would love to hear from you. Tell me where you from, the name, how you doing, how you've been part of this show. Also, let me know how forgiveness has been part of your life and your journey. This is the show is speaking about forgiveness, and I wanted to do it because the Day of Atonement is our day of forgiveness. And like the most common thing in that holiday is everybody's asking someone else for forgiveness, or if I hurt you, if I said anything, or if I did anything, I'm asking for your forgiveness. But to me, forgiveness, the most important part of forgiveness is the forgiveness that we do with ourselves. Because in order to be able to forgive someone else, and forgiveness really is a voluntary act, like nobody can force you to forgive someone, right? You have to want to forgive them. You have to be ready to forgive whatever it was, something that someone said, something that someone did to you or to another. I remember it took me time to forgive people who did my mother wrong or who did my best friend wrong. Excuse me. It's Forgiveness has many layers, but we have to be in a place that is always able to understand forgiveness from a personal aspect in order to be able to forgive others. That's how I see it in my life's journey. So when it comes to Day of Atonement, it's a 25-hour fast. And if you celebrate the holiday fully, that means no electricity, like no phones, no TV, even the lights, like we don't turn them on and off. We leave them as they are from the beginning to the holiday till the end of the holiday. Of course, no drinking, no eating. Uh, the real religious Orthodox really don't do anything but pray. Some less, I guess strong, or I don't know how to say it. Maybe my brain is kind of scattered a little, so words are running out from me. But if you're not as tight, I guess, in the religious aspect of it, then some people play games, of course, read books. You can write, which you're not really allowed to do in the holiday, but if you're not, then you do that. Everybody do it the way they choose to do it. I love this holiday. It's always been my favorite holiday. People think I'm crazy when I say it's my favorite holiday. Like, what is there to like? We don't eat, we don't drink. I'm exhausted. I have a headache. But I just appreciate that silence on another level. Like when people realized my birthday is coming out on Day of Atonement, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, what? Like, what a magical day to celebrate my birthday. It's the day that we are being signed in the book of, it starts from a little before Rosh Hashanah, which is our Jewish New Year, and it's kind of hard for me to give you guys a breakdown on the whole Jewish holidays, but we have we are signed in the book of life, basically, up there, and we have a certain amount of days to work on ourselves, to be in forgiveness. It's not just the day. Today's the accumulation of this holiday, so it starts with more than a month of us reflecting and doing those forgiveness, asking God to forgive us for whatever we did, if we created any sins in his eyes, forgiveness for others. But for me, I focus a lot on the forgiveness with myself, and I don't think we give that to ourselves enough. There's many ways, and I guess things that we do to ourselves without even realizing that we're doing it. If it's the personal talk that is negative, that we beat ourselves up for it. If it's, not giving ourselves enough credit, not believing in ourselves enough, or beating ourselves up about things that we did, or regretting things, and then just keep drilling to ourselves on it. If I can ask someone else to forgive me for something, I should definitely be able to ask myself for my own personal forgiveness. So that's kind of like where I feel it's the beauty of this holiday to me the most, is because I ask for forgiveness from myself. And something that I started doing, and this is kind of something I want to offer you guys today. I started doing it a few years, probably about almost 10 years ago. I write myself a letter on this holiday. I write myself an apology letter for all the times that I did myself wrong and I wasn't kind enough to myself, or I didn't give myself a break, or I wasn't enough compassionate with myself. All these things that I do. And trust me when I tell you, it's crazy. Once you start it, you start writing, things come out of your system that it's like, wow, I didn't even realize I was that unkind to myself for so long, or so many different ways. So it will come out, and then it's a beautiful way to give me a new perspective for the new year on how I can be better to myself. Forgiveness in my life, in general, has been part of my life, my whole journey. You guys know about my dad's accident. I shared it with you a few times. So, growing up with a father with a brain injury was not easy, and it was really, I think, in my teenage years when I really started understanding, like, how much I can't stand him, you know what I mean? Because he was always yelling and always cursing, and I couldn't bring friends home, and I couldn't do anything. And I was just resentment was building up since I was, 6 years old until I was 16 years old. That's 10 years of resentment being built up. And I literally have memories of myself, like, waiting for him. In my brain, I'm telling myself, let him say something. Let him say something so I can, like, blow up back, right? And that's a lot of times where we get stuck. We get stuck in resentment, in places when it comes to forgiveness, we get stuck in places of resentment because we're mad at what was done to us. We hate them about what was done to us. And it's not that it's not just, right? It's okay. Like, if there's a reason to be upset, you can be upset. But the thing about forgiveness is that, you know, it's not for them, it's for us. Forgiving others, that's why it's an act of divine love, because you connect to the God within you, and you allow yourself to just see yourself in that place that says, you know what? I need to forgive because I cannot stand all these feelings anymore. Hi, thank you for being here, Fatima. Thank you for being here last week too. I didn't get the chance to answer you, but I saw it on Facebook. I appreciate you being here. Halo said, "It's amazing that your show is about forgiveness. In the past 3 days, I'm going through an amazing journey of forgiveness to myself. It has affected me physically, and I came to so many understandings." Beautiful, beautiful. It's truly it's such a personal journey when we understand ourselves. That's why I said I wanted to talk about it in the season of well-being, because when there's resentment, when there's anger, within us, when there's hate within us, it is not good for our body. It's not good for us. It will create disease, the stress hormones, you constantly in kind of this tense mode. So physically, you're not going to feel good. Mentally, excuse me, you're exhausted. We're exhausted because we keep running the scenario in our head, and this, he did this and he did that and how that, and I don't need to tell you, you had those personal conversations in your head, I'm pretty sure. So it's exhausting mentally, and it can affect us physically and emotionally. We're in a place that is hurt all the time. So it really is not contributing to our well-being in no way, shape, or form. I want to share a quote, of course. Let me grab one of them. One of my favorite quotes, sorry, is this: "Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it." It's by Mark Twain. And how beautiful is that? Even after crushing it, there's still a way to get something positive out of the situation, right? That is, you can be crushed, you can be hurt, but you can still see something positive in it. The violet will still give its fragrance, and smell amazing on the heel that crushed it. And, that's really important to understand when we're dealing with forgiveness. Aside of my dad, of course, I had to deal with forgiveness in my life in many different ways. Most recently with my ex-husband, and it's again, it's a journey, and they don't necessarily have to do something horrible, but it's the life of separating or going through something that you didn't expect. Like I had to sit with myself and understand where does forgiveness meet me, especially in this situation, in this relationship. And I understood that I had to forgive myself for, you know, believing that I broke my family, or believing that I did harm to my children, or the fact that I never got to have the relationship I thought I would, the marriage that I thought and believed I would have. It was all, oh, my water is here the whole time. See, told you today was emotional, but it's okay. We're here for it. But it was just like, an understanding of I I have to do it for myself, because if I'm going to get stuck constantly in the idea of, this marriage should have been my only marriage. I didn't plan on, being divorced. I didn't want to break a family. I didn't, what am I doing? And how am I doing this to everybody? And it's constantly about me doing something wrong. Then I'm creating this energy in my life that harms me on so many levels, and, harms my well being. So the understanding of what it is that I'm not forgiving myself for, because I cannot forgive him for a million different things, but it's never really about them. It's about us, and us doing the work with ourselves. And forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, right? It doesn't mean that I agree to what happened, or if somebody hurt me or harmed me. I met someone who we had a conversation, and she forgave her rapist. And I remember one of the girls telling her, but how? And she's like, I don't want that poison in my body. I don't want that poison in my body. He did it once. I'm not going to let him do it over and over and over again. And that's the bravery and the courage and the vulnerability in forgiveness. Because if we keep that, and if we stay with the anger, and if we stay with the resentment, we keep living the situation. No one else does. One of my probably favorite analogies when it comes to forgiveness is, a snake bite will never kill you, right? It's not what kills you. When you get bit by a snake, the snake bite is not what kills you. The venom that runs in your system and stays in your body, that's what kills you. The same thing with forgiveness, right? The action of what happened, right? If there's the fight, or God forbid, like her, she's being raped, or, my situation with my father, or my situation with my ex husband, like they did what they did. That's not what's going to destroy my well being. Constantly running that shit in my head over and over again about what he did and how he did, or like I told you guys, I would be sitting at home waiting for my dad to say something so we can start something. So, when you stuck in that, that's really what kills you, and what harms you, and what will start developing the disease. And I'm saying kill you like that because of the analogy, but it's not really. It can kill you. I've heard about people who at the end of their lives, said what they wish they would have done is forgave. So don't come to your end of your life, or your deathbed, or whatever it may be, with resentment and anger and holding things against others. Um, there is another quote that I chose in here. Let me see if I can see it. That one is by Rumi, the Persian poet, which his birthday was yesterday. I'm honored to be close to an amazing man like that. Forgiveness is for the self, not the forgiven. It's to feel at peace with what may never be forgotten. And that's really what it is. We don't have to forget, but we have to forgive. We don't have to forget it, but we have to be in peace with what happened. And it's not easy. It's constant work. That's why I said, do that letter of forgiving yourself. Do a letter that tells you why you have to forgive, that you write to yourself, why you have to forgive another. Why do you have to forgive that person? For me, this day especially, and that it fell on my birthday, is an opportunity for a new beginning, to let go of all the anger, of all the resentment, of all the things that are still dwelling with me that I haven't let go yet, and just, say, I don't take this with me to the new year. I have no need for it. It's destroying me from the inside. Let me see. Emma is here. Happy birthday from Israel. Thank you, beautiful. I'm happy you're here still right before the holiday. Love your show. I love you too, my love. I love you too. Thank you. I'm happy that you like it and that you're here. Beautiful quote, isn't it? I love Rumi. I want to share also a poem with you. I have a couple poems and I want to share. That's something I wrote about forgiveness a couple of years ago, I think, or maybe no, actually more, maybe 5 or 4 years ago, about forgiveness. And I want to read it to you. So let's see. Actually, wait, I have to do this. I cannot, I don't want to keep forgetting them. I don't know why. How I have to find a solution to always forgetting about introducing my segments. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do this. Okay. This is the segment for our poetry. Let me see. Oh, Sebastian is here. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. So let me read you this poem I wrote about forgiveness. Freedom and forgiveness, one step at a time. Those chains of mine, I'm exhausted. They are weighing me down. Still holding on, chaining myself. I need to pause and take a deep breath. I didn't even realize it. I was taking away my own freedom. It's time to stop, time to forgive, time to tap back into my own rhythm. Forgive myself, forgive him, free myself from the idea of a love I thought was mine, a love that felt so real. Breaking free from my limiting beliefs, declaring my damn patterns as deceased. Forgive the behavior, no more movement that's linear. Expansion is starting to become more familiar. I know now, more than ever before, forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door in my journey to be free. So that was, you know, my way of channeling the healing that I needed with forgiveness. And I tell you guys many times in here, writing is a great way to heal the soul. So if you have the opportunity to do so, you should take a pen and pen and start writing whatever comes out. It helps. It really is cathartic. Um, I got one more. I think I have one more poem for you guys, but I just want to say, like I said, it's going to be a short show because aside of the holiday and everything else, I've been on this emotional turmoil this morning. So I know I'm not as focused and as hyped and energetic as always on the show, but I really just wanted to come here and talk a little bit about forgiveness and the journey of forgiveness. uh, Marav says you can ask for forgiveness in three dimensions. I mentioned ourselves, the other, and God. Are those the ones you're referring to? Let me know. Or if you have something else to suggest, I would love to hear that. Um, I have a card pull for us too as well. And I also had another poem that speaks to, uh, the birthday vibes, but I'm not sure. I mean, I will wait. Let me see what she says. משהו שקשור במשפחה. Something. Let me see. One from me. Okay. Or something that has to do with the family. Okay. So personally, from myself, from my family, and from my community. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. I never heard that before. I mean, forgiveness is something I remember my friend, I think I was in high school when one of my good friends told me, "Man, you hold grudges." And I was like, "I don't hold grudges." She's like, "Yeah, you do." I'm like, "No, I don't." And then she showed me a scenario that we just had, with some friends, and it was like a month before, and I was still like every time I was seeing her, I would say, talk shit. She was like, "That's holding grudges." And I remember that was the first time that it was like an eye opener. Like, damn, I'm a person that hold grudges. I don't want to be a person that hold grudges. Like, I want to be a person that is able to let go. And that's how it started. And I can tell you, life changed for me after my forgiveness journey with my father. I had to forgive him. There was no reason. First of all, it wasn't his fault. I can say, yeah, it was his fault. He drank and drove. He should have known better. Obviously, you can always find reasons why it's their fault. They should have known better. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's more about us because we're the one that's stuck with all the hate and resentment and pain. So, I kept telling myself, okay, you know, his fault, not his fault. This is the situation. That's how he is now. That's how his injury is manifesting. Constant yelling, constant cursing, constant anger, and I have to deal with that. So how long am I gonna hold that against him? Because I'm already like, I think I was like 20 something, maybe even more, maybe like 22. And I remember seeing my sister going through her journey of forgiveness with him. And she called me and she told me that she went to see him and like she hugged him and she felt like everything melted away from her. And it was like a whole new experience and a whole new feeling. And, she couldn't believe how she felt in that moment. And I was like, man, if she can forgive him, I can forgive him. Cause, I felt like her journey was much harder because she was the oldest and she had to become like our parent. She had to help raising me. So it was even harder for her 10 times more, I thought back then. Now I know we don't compare journeys, each on his own, but it was hard. So when she spoke to me about forgiveness in that way, I said, I got to find a way to forgive him. And I started doing it with myself, asking myself the question, why am I not forgiving him? Why am I holding it against him? What is there to hold against him? And then I started telling myself, okay, next time I see him, I'm going to think about him from a different perspective. I'm going to be a little more kind. I'm going to do something else. So when it comes to you and, your situation, just think of like how you can take off that burden of responsibility on them or on you, and just see the situation as is and understand that it could have happened the way it happened, or it could have happened many other different ways. The fact that the hurt is what it is, that's what needs to be healed, not how it could have, should have, would have, because that's also like a headache, when we're like, well, if they would have done it this way or they would have done it this way, it's like, no. And I don't know if you guys were here um, in the episode that I had when I spoke about eating disorders, but obviously my eating disorders were part of all this forgiveness journey and all that anger and all that reason. It's self-hate. And when you're, deep in that place of resentment and not forgiving people and people who are monumental in your life, like for me, my father, it hurts you. That's why I said it's so much connected to our well-being and our complete well-being. I don't know if you were here, so I'm going to show it to you again. Aside of the picture on the left, which is actually the poem that I have for my birthday, I wrote for that picture. So I'm going to read it in a minute. But that girl with the black hair, the overweight girl, the very, very angry looking girl, that was me, full of resentment, full of hate, full of anger, full of blame of what was done to me and how it's not fair and how life was, done to me and not for me. And once I was able to let go and, basically let go of all that weight off my shoulders, that's when things started changing. And as you saw that picture of my profile, very JLo. I actually wrote a poem to myself. That was on my 42nd birthday. So that was 5 years ago. Um, and I actually do want to read it to you guys because I want you to see the difference of the language of when, you're in a place of forgiveness or in a place of anger and resentment. So we don't need to do this segment again. We already know the segment of the poetry. Um, so this is that. Loud and proud because I've worked so hard to come into my own, to get out of my comfort zone, to push myself higher, to let go of the fighter, to be free, to accept in peace, to face the real and release, to allow myself to see me, the real me, the one who hid for so long, the one that was at times so unsure she forgot herself, almost totally gone. Not anymore, though. I know my truth. Actually, I always did, since my youth. Sometimes, though, sometimes I compromised it for others so they can feel comfortable, thinking of everyone else's needs home, work, life, kids, not even realizing I'm stuck in a loop, constantly pushing others to reach their potential, but me and mine was hardly ever center of attention. And that's the honest truth. My 40s took me on a new journey, though, a whole new self love flow. Selfishly, I learned to put myself front and center, sworn to love myself the hardest forever. So here I am at 42, bearing it all, yet showing you nothing, because it's all perspective of the mind. Me looking sublime, you staring hard, trying to find, but what is out here to see will always be up to me. One step at a time, I'm walking my path proudly, allowing myself to shine. I'm happy to be me, share my all. It's all part of the journey. A glimpse of my body, a peek into my soul. I'll say it again like I did before. I'm coming into my own, stepping out of my comfort zone. It's time. I'm ready to claim my spot. Let's go, 42. Show me what you got. So I would say, let's go 47. Show me what you got, right? We're always on this journey, always evolving. Forgiveness is important. Day of Atonement is a beautiful way to kind of pause. I always say, even if you're not Jewish, you should do a day in a year, 25 hours dedicate to silence, to you, between you and God. My kids love this holiday because, mom is not occupied with nothing else. There's no cooking, there's no cleaning, there's no phone scrolling, there's no work, there's nothing. We sit, we hang out, we play games. It's such a beautiful thing to do and such a beautiful silence to listen to your thought. Don't be scared of your thought and heal them as you go. If you can, you should. Tamar. Oh, hi, Tamara. Happy. Thank you, my love. Thank you for being here. Blessings from Canada. Thank you. Let's go 47. Let's go. And my sister said, true. I believe we were talking about the other, the three ways of forgiveness. I pulled a card. I'm gonna try to let's see if I can get this thing going. Because when I doubled up the video, it gave me an extra sound. So bear with me. As you can see, this is not a regular show. Usually everything is like on lock, but what is happening? I'm looking sideways. There we go. Is it on? Yeah, perfect. Okay. So let me. This is. I don't know if you can hear me double. I'm going to stop talking in a second. Just going to let the cards. I am learning what it means to do a live show, right? Every week is different. And when things hit you, you just got to do what you got to do. Okay. Uh, there we are. So gonna see what calls. Hmm, Getting something over here. Oh, I'm pulling two. Okay, let's do two. All right, beautiful. I'm gonna need my glasses for these. Okay, let me see if I can put that back so you can see the cards. These are our beautiful cards. You are what you believe and body love. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off so I won't hear myself double, and I'm gonna read them. You are what you believe. That's this one. Words words hold power and divine magic. What you think, you become. Your outside world is a reflection of your inner thoughts. Be mindful of your thoughts and the words you speak. I don't think it can be more perfect when speaking about forgiveness because we just spoke about how the constant thought and the constant drill about what they did and how they did it and the resentment. You think you forgave, but then you really didn't let go, and then you create a reality that doesn't really help you, and you're not in wellness when you're stuck in resentment. So think about your thoughts and understand that you are what you believe. Where's that hair? There we go. You are what you believe, so be mindful of the thoughts you think and the words you speak so you can wait, my curls are all over the place. I'm not used to my new haircut. Um, yeah, that was powerful. Love it. And look how everything is like coming down and right into her. She has her hands open, arms open, just such a beautiful understanding that everything comes from here, and that's the reality we create. So we got to be mindful of that. Body love, which is funny because I don't even know what this card is about. I'm going to read it in a second. But the fact that I connected my birthday and my freedom and my coming into my own and self love, and I showed you that image of me comparing to me, not in forgiveness, and me after a life of forgiveness. It's interesting to see what this card will talk about. Your body has supported every moment leading to now. It never leaves you. You are safe in your body. It is wise and all knowing. When you tune into her, guidance and inner knowing become clear. When you tune into her, well, these cards, I guess, meant more speaking to feminine energy. When you tune into her, guidance and inner knowing become clear. Yes, yes, and yes. And that's the wellness part too. You tune into the body, you understand that it went through different phases in life, and it always carries you and it's here. That's the package that keeps us safe on this dimension, on in this realm. We only have one. So we should be treating it the best way possible. And it starts from here and from here. It's not just about what we eat and when we work out. It's about what we think, and it's about how we feel. That creates our word, and that will create our well-being and how we live this journey with this ease, without this ease, and everything that has to do with that. So, um, with that being said, I would say thank you to everybody that was here, near or far. I know in Israel the fast is about to start in like 20 minutes. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you for that. And I wish you a meaningful fast. And may you find forgiveness always to all of us, not just those of us who fast, not just those of us who are Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, no matter who we are, we should all always be able to find that peacefulness within us, that courage to come and say, you know what, this is for me. It has nothing to do with you. You did what you did. I forgive you for that because I don't want to carry that burden and I don't want to carry that pain within me anymore. And I think that's the key to forgiveness. So take a moment with yourself, write yourself the things you want to forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself all the time. And whoever it is that did you harm, forgive them. They can only do what they know how to do from the place that they are. Always remember that. And remember that you had times that you did wrong to people. I'm sure we all do. None of us is perfect. And when we do it because that's what we know how to do in that moment. And so, put yourself in other people's place as far as their perspective and understand that this could be you at some point too in life. So forgive. You don't have to forget. You don't have to be their friend. You don't even have to do forgiveness to them. You don't have to call somebody and say, I forgive you for what you've done. No, you do it in your heart because it's between you, yourself, and you. And they will get the energy because that's how karma works. You send it out and they get it and they understand it. And so you do that for you first and foremost because that forgiveness is going to raise your well being. I appreciate you for being here as always. Like I said today, I managed to keep it short. I had a segment about beauty too, and kind of aligning it with forgiveness and how to not erase it and how it stays if you don't erase it or not really release it. But I kind of feel weird talking about makeup right now with this news that I got this morning about my best friend's father. So forgive me for that, but I just wanted to be here for a moment, tell you I love you. I appreciate you. Uh, I'm excited. I'm excited for my new year of life. I'm excited for all that's to come. I know big and great and amazing things are coming because I'm creating them, because I'm making sure I'm on it, and because I'm always here with God and God listens to me. And, we have a great relationship. And it's just, the God here is the God here. And, speak your truth to yourself. Believe in who you are. Believe in what you want. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Always stay focused on your dreams and goals. And, I'm grateful to be here for another year and to start another cycle around the sun. And let's see, like I said in my poem, 47, let's see what you got. Thank you, everybody, for being here in the chat with me. Thank you for a very important show, my love. Oh, I appreciate you. I'm happy you liked it and you found value in it. Thank you, my love. Thanks, Michael. Hey, Rockstar. Rockstar ready. Did you guys catch my little crystal crown? I love it. My amethyst crown. That's my birthday crown. Anyways, I appreciate you all. Thank you again. Just be in peace, my beautiful people. Find peace always. And I'll see you next week for a whole new show. In the meantime, if you need me, you know where to find me. And if you don't, chat with Lulu-Lee at gmail.com. Pretty easy. So, stay in touch. And I'll see you next time. Many blessings. Love y'all. Yom yom uledet to me. Bye.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love.